the last one. But right now you've got an entrance, and like over here would be a table or the chair or a bench, whatever I said you guys had. And then you had upstairs with a couple of beds inside of those rooms. That's literally all you have. And then some crates with food in it so you could eat food. But that was it. You had enough so that you could eat, sit, and sleep. They didn't give you, like, a forge or any of that kind of stuff.
No, or else we wouldn't be able to look for one.
Right?
Right. I mean, you could always tell them, hey, we don't want these 2 rooms here. What we'd like you to do is place a wall here, destroy the wall here, and open that whole section up with probably a couple of poles for building stability.
I was about to say, and then the building falls down because you just took out a support wall. I don't know, Lamb, what are you thinking?
Well, I mean, we're just saying, like, okay, in this front room here is where we would have the forge put down somewhere.
Pretty much. I don't know, let's go this here. Just for a pricing guide.
Yeah.
I relay that to what was his name? Lethrin Garnet?
Lethrin Garnet, rather.
I don't know. Tef didn't give a fucking pronunciation guide.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming it's Garnet like the gem.
Garnet.
Or the princess from Final Fantasy IX.
1 minute. I was making a real quick sketch of what the guild hall would look like, so I can draw it up for you later.
Yeah.
So where were you showing them at?
We're basically just saying somewhere in this main room up here.
All right. He says, I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. Do you want me to have anything special, like part of the building exposed and turn that into like a deck, or do you want just some average ventilation so the building doesn't fill with smoke?
But I want to die from the smoke.
In other words, a chimney coming out of where the forge would be, roughly.
Yeah. I think average ventilation would be fine.
Yeah. We could always get it modified later when we have more gold.
Well,
Or when you become a better carpenter.
That too.
in that case, I think the price is going to be pretty much the pricing that I told you. Should an issue arise, I'll bring it up with you. But as he's kind of walking around looking, I don't think I should run into any issues. It looks
Stubs his toe against a table.
pretty fine.
Would the furnace need to be big enough to fit my upper torso for modifications?
Valid question.
You're not even there.
I know.
I was kind of wondering about the whole Warforged thing though with this, but
And would probably not. Parts of it, yes, but like Parts of it, no. Depending on the modifications wanting to be done.
You could do like a rack thing, couldn't you?
A rack thing for what? To do what? With what?
For him to like stand on, so you could work on it, like a
bench.
Rack.
I mean, the issue would still be if I was to take off a piece of metal from him and need to work on it, it would still have to be put into the forge, which would have to be big enough to heat it.
This is true.
Exactly. It depends on what's being done. And,
combination smithy and meat smokehouse. How much would it cost?
Like, it's not like Skyrim where it's going to be every single person that runs a forgery or a forge is going to have this massive forgery. That's going to be running a blacksmithy shop, has that large-ass fucking circular forge. And
the size of a fucking house.
Right, everyone has it where it's like, it's the size of a fucking room inside of his house. Like, if you put it in his house, it takes up half of his house. Like, it's not that where everyone has that, apparently.
With everlasting coals forever.
Right.
You don't need the coal for the forge, you need it for the smithy. Oh wait, that was the point.
Nevertheless, so, yeah, he told you that it looks like the price should be the price point that he told you. Again, should issues arise, it could always cause the price to go upwards a bit. And should you want extra items like mithril nails, will also increase the price. But other than that, it should be that at that price. But when he had told you that, then he kind of looked at you expectantly, like, okay, either tell me we'll take it, or we need to think about it, or something.
Well, I mean, did we ever figure out how much we actually had? I mean, between the two of us, we have 150, so we're gonna have to think about it for a bit. And we'll come at you soon with a final offer telling you that it might be off the table. If our guildies decide that it's not something that we should use. Although, to be fair, they haven't really said much yet.
He looks almost a little disappointed that he didn't say we'll take it right away, but then he's quick to respond with, alright, well, you know where to find me. As soon as you're ready, I'll write up a contract, and the way I like to work personally is you give me half the payment when I start, and then half the payment when I'm done. This way you know that I didn't get my full pay, so I can't just take your money and run,
and you're still able to afford materials.
And I'm still able to afford materials, and I know that I'm not going to do work and then not get paid.
That's understandable.
I actually have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you normally ask for like half up front or a third or something, and then get like the rest on completion?
Oh, are you asking the guy this?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I got you. Typically, yes, that's how I do my work, as I do ask for some up front.
Alright, I don't have any follow-up questions or comments with that, so.
Okay.
Okay, I thought you were asking if he, like, sometimes didn't get paid because his contractor was an asshole.
I mean, that is an option.
Well, yeah, but for
If that was the
kind of
case,
a bad rep to have.
Right. Well, I mean, if that was the case, the easy way to figure it is clearly he probably has to finish his work because of the city he's living in, and then also because of the cities he's living in. You'd probably be safe to assume, like, no one here really screws each other over. If they did...
At least not intentionally.
Right. Like, if it was, I did work for you and you didn't pay me, you assume he could probably just go to the guards, show the contract, and then you'd get in trouble for not paying. Also, they have a demigod or god living in the city, so it's not like you don't have someone that knows you're lying.
I get my charisma score so high that I can lie to the gods.
Also,
Also,
there's
Have fun with
Octaminos.
that.
Also, it's Octaminos, and then, or there's Octaminos, and then also you guys are part of the guild, and he knows, y'all be kind of powerful people.
Yeah.
Also, I
And
think
then
we figured out
Claire
what
casts Own
exactly
Truth.
is our gold right now from the gauntlet and whatnot.
I've
Yeah,
got I have 376 on me personally. What do you have, Jared, on you?
Well,
75.
again,
And
well-
that's not the point. It's about the gauntlet. We've been over this.
We'll worry about the gold later.
Okay.
I think we've come to a conclusion about it.
So he heads on off then. What would the two of you like to do then?
Do we need anything else? Go now? Like
I
danger wise? I mean,
don't
I know we were
think
provided with
so,
some stuff.
especially.
Drying rack? I don't know.
We could use, like, a cork board so we can actually have people, like, submitting shit.
A single straw target so that Tate can practice.
Yes.
Oh my god.
All right, let's go out for the target and the corkboard.
All right,
Something
so
similar.
I'm gonna assume you guys want to just take 20 again.
Yeah, and just
Sure.
kind of not have to do this whole roleplay thing, so other people can actually jump in at this point.
Right. We're gonna go back to Tate. Tate, what did you get on your rolls?
And so I can use the restroom.
Shit.
Did you do your concentration rolls?
Yeah, it's 21, 18, 13, 20, 11.
Concentration. Not a skill he thought he would need as a ranger. At least not until later.
That's why I made sure he had the dice. Along with the fact it's just fun to fuck with Tate.
And my guy hasn't figured out that he can concentrate on it yet.
Alright, Tate. Go ahead and roll a d10.
No. I will shake a d10. And then roll it. Yeah, look, I got
Luckily
five.
for you, you're definitely able to alter it down to 1 to get eyes. And you convert your eyes back to normal.
Yay.
Roll me a
Good.
d12.
Nah.
Roll me a d4.
Four.
Okay. And you're able to and your gender converts back to female. As you concentrate and use the dice again. You had enough leftover points from both of those that I was pretty sure you'd be able to just get it anyway, so I wasn't gonna bother with having you to make more to just ensure it will happen, because it obviously had enough anyway.
Was Tate just in the guild living room just concentrating on his dice as we were talking to the guy?
No, he was upstairs.
I needed to correct myself. What the fuck? That was cool.
Nevertheless, Tate, you roll the dice, you convert back to female, and then you hear the door open, you hear some talking, then you hear the door open and close again, and then you hear a couple more phrases, and as you get up from your bed to head downstairs, you hear the door open and close again. That second time being Lamb and Kelb's characters leading.
I forgot what my original eye color was.
Orange. Pink. Blue.
I think it was either blue.
Dead inside.
or brown. I have the other old character sheet, so I'll look at that later.
Yeah, just look it up later. What would you like to do, though?
Aside from the dice, which are well spent,
Technically not. You have one more use today if you wanted, but...
nope. I honestly don't fucking know. What time of day is it?
Well, you've spent a few hours. Kelb and Lamb's characters, Arim and Perthros, spent about half an hour walking around the city. Then they talked to a guy and took him to the guild hall where they talked to him there. All in all, taking about an hour and a half of their time doing all of that. In that hour and a half, Demoise's character had talked to Octomenos and then went to a store, and Jared sat in a chair. So it's not like you've done much more than the others, in a sense. Or much less than the others, in a sense. But right now, it's midday. It's not like it's late.
I wonder if there's anything I can go around shopping for, but I think I planned on going out to hunt. Just because she hasn't done that for a while, and as a ranger, well, she's also heard there's a bunny problem now. Lamb, you brought forth the bunnies.
I did.
See, there's a reason me and you, our characters, make good partners. You summon the bunnies, I hunt them down. We make money.
Okay.
Is there any, any places in town that would deal with, fur trade or,
You would assume there's
game?
probably a couple places that deal with food, like bunny meat, or deal with furs, like the bunny fur. And ultimately, even if you couldn't find a specialty shop, you know there has to be general goods stores that would be willing to buy. So what I'm getting at is yes. It just... You might want to have some furs and meat on you before you worry about finding stores that want it.
Finding them. Yeah.
Welcome to the Outlander Guild Hall, where our fridge is full of nothing but bunny meat.
We need to get some omega-3s up in this bitch or else we die.
It's
Please,
full,
sell
it's,
us.
full, it's full of chicken and rabbit.
Alright.
Alright, so
Time
you
to
head
go
on.
on the hunt.
You head on out for the hunt.
It's a small game, but whatever.
Demoise,
Too popular.
you showed up at AJ's bookstore and you rolled to find a book, or did you just want to take 20?
Well, I got 23 on my rolls, so...
Take 20, okay.
I didn't take 20, I rolled 24, I rolled a 20, and I get 4 additional, so 24.
Sure. In that case then, yeah, you find 2 books on divination that you feel are going to be useful.
Alright, I'll take them up to the counter. So how much are these books?
Oh, let's see, that one, she kind of opens it up, looks at the author, like who it was, looks at both of them. I'd say a fair price for books of this quality and author, we'll go 15 silver all in all.
Okay. 1 second. It was 100 per each, right?
Yeah, we're doing it where it's 100 silver per gold instead of a 10 silver per gold.
Okay. Having to do math here, so. I'll give her the 15 silver for both.
Alright, she takes it and tells you to have a good day.
Thank you kindly. At this point, I'll go and let's see what am I needing, like item wise. Let me write down. I got the 2 books.
Then you're gonna go out shopping.
Yeah, I just need to figure out what I need, what else I need to grab.
Alright, we'll have you figure that out. Then swap over to Jared. Jared, how's the books going? How's your character doing?
Well, I know it's gonna be a while for 3 books to process, and I want to read through most of them anyway. Maybe not as much through the folklore one. And other than if I am reading through the folklore one, I want to like kind of check on how recent these stories might be from.
Alright, fair enough. In terms of demon types, you begin to realize it's not like it's someone sat down and examined them when you read across the 3 books all in all, because by now, at least at the minimum, the first book has been processed and the second book is being processed, and the book that's being processed is one that you read. In relative fullness, we'll say that was the folklore one. Sorry, the music in the background got too loud. In relative fullness, and we'll say that was the folklore one that you read first, just to look over. And looking across the other 2, you began to realize something, that this isn't necessarily informational, so to say, but it's more like there's a folklore of some demon that lives in the forest that is dressed nice, but I'm not even gonna bother. Fucking, it's Slenderman. Think of that, right?
Yeah.
That kind of a story. And then looking inside of a book, you see a couple of different descriptions of what people say are in their religions and believe are in some of the different planes. Not necessarily one specifically that is that, but similar, where it's like, oh, we believe, or there's tales of a demon that's this, and known abilities that have been written down across multiple texts are these, and so forth. But you realize the demonology book it's got some that, as far as you're aware, they have to be true, but at the same time, as far as you're aware, I mean, you've never seen a demon, and they're not really a big thing in the world as far as you're aware, you know? You've never come across anything with it, other than something like Octmenos, whom is basically like a demon. Oddly enough, tieflings are mentioned. Something about a long time ago, there's tales of some people just randomly popping up with demon-like abilities and features. It has a couple explanations. Another one was saying something about like the tieflings exist because there was a cult that had sex with demons, and then they gave birth to the first of the tiefling race. You definitely know they can't all be true because it's contradictory, but at the same time, they all seem plausible. As far as the planes go, at the minimum, it's interesting to see how many different planes are believed to be existing. What's odd is some of them seem to have, as an example, the 9-layer of hell one, whatever that one was called, I can't remember. I think it's the devil one, which is run by Mistopheles, if I remember right. But it's interesting because... Or whatever, I don't remember. It's interesting to see that they're not like the inner planes that you've read before. You don't really know much on, but how it's like the fire plane is literally all about fire. These ones seem to be a little bit more broad, but they're definitely all evil. None of them are someplace you'd want to live.
Note
if you were a good person.
Don't open a plane to the plane of acid. You'll flood everywhere.
What's this? This is the plane to Earth, and it's specifically where the cannabis grows. Anyway.
Baator is the 9 hells.
Okay, Baator. So that one was interesting too.
And yeah,
because
that's
you were
devils.
Like, oh, that one's devils. Okay, what's the demon one?
The Abyss.
There we go. So you read a lot more on what the Abyss and the Baator realms are, mostly because the whole demon and devil thing seem very similar, except demons are chaotic and devils are lawful. They abide the rules. They just abide the rules to cheat the rules.
Basically, devils have a more strict hierarchy.
Right. So those are the two that you probably read more on. And it's interesting for you because you're like, oh, huh. So they have their own seasons and their own locations. Like this one is all ice, but it's not the whole plane is ice. Kind of like you would imagine maybe because how the inner planes function. Nevertheless, though, that's what you read. Is there any other information you were hoping to get from that?
Do I know any common characteristics of demons, like telepathy and weaknesses or strengths?
Tales, but nothing concrete. There's no hard physical evidence for you. It's mostly going on faith, to be honest.
Okay.
I mean, I understand I just said a book on demons relies on faith. I get it. I know what I just said, but...
But it makes sense for the kind of time relation,
Right.
like what this would be like. We don't have a Lewis and Clark of the Abyss just chronologing everything.
Right. So yeah, that's what you have there. Do you continue just to stay there? Do you want to converse to any of the people, or just keep on doing your thing?
I'll just keep doing that until the 3rd book is done.
Okay. In that case, we'll go to Tate. Or no, you're hunting
Yep.
book. Calvin Lamb. So you guys are walking outside or walking along the streets looking for a store to buy the items that you wanted to buy, and lo and behold, Demois, you bump into them as you're also walking around looking for your materials.
Literally bump into us, or just happen to see us?
Knowing me, I probably would literally...
That depends on how you guys want to roleplay this.
He's reading and walking. Damn it. I thought that was supposed to be illegal here.
Right.
Yeah.
If Demois wants to say he's reading and walking, and he wanted his character to bump into you for the comedic effect, then you gotta roll to not get bumped into and have that happen. But that's all dependent on if he wants it to happen and you don't want it to happen, and so forth. So.
This seems to be my characteristic that I would be doing that, like reading and walking, kind of half paying attention.
So that's a yes?
Yeah. So I guess.
Well, we'll start with Demois. Demois, how you're gonna meet these guys, whether or not you want it where you're reading your book and you walk into one of them, or you just want to walk in front of them, or be walking next to them. I don't really care. That's up to you.
We'll just have it as I'm kind of just aimlessly wandering around, looking for stuff, and I happened upon them without noticing them, and I will walk into Lamb before realizing that I had walked into someone.
Lamb, would you like to dodge out of the way?
Yes.
Okay. Roll me a reflex, real quick.
Well, shit. There's my character sheet. That's not my character sheet. 9.
Alright, roll me a balance, both of you.
Alright.
Go! 22.
Wait, 22, Lamb? What?
I have a +4 to my dex.
Oh, that's right.
9.
Hey, Kelp, if you had noticed that Demois' character was going to walk into Lamb's character, would you stop this?
I'm not sure I noticed.
I'm just saying if he did.
Probably not.
Alright, then. I'll explain what happens. I'll explain what happens. Sorry, I was reading that message. You and Perthros are walking forward, and you looking around for some specific shop that you like the looks of, and as you look to your right, you with Perthros to your left, as you look to your right, you see Samael walking towards you guys, almost about to walk into you, and you just kind of stop and watch him walk right in front of you and just right into Perthros. With which Perthros kind of stumbles for a second, but keeps his balance, while Samael kind of falls down on his ass.
This would be the first time that this has happened.
She's kind of like, oh, hey, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. No, I guess I probably should pay more attention to where I'm going. So what
It
are
might
you guys
help.
into?
Oh, just picking up some shit for the guild hall to get everything set up.
Oh,
It's
what are y'all have in mind?
what?
What?
We're looking for a forge, or were anyway. The archery test thing.
A test fire dummy, training dummy, kind of thing.
It's not really a training dummy because when I think training dummy, I think melee, not range.
Not necessarily. Have you ever played the original Fable?
No, but I've seen it.
In like the first 20 minutes, they actually have like moving test dummies for archers.
Really?
Yeah, they're like set up to like a mechanical track that moves them left and right. I think the joke, though, was we were going to get a stationary dummy because Tate's terrible at taking stationary things.
Yeah. What was it, the thing we're looking for?
Corkboard.
That's right.
Oh, well,
And a sign maker.
well, were you able to, find, the forge?
We were able
Well-
to find someone to set it up, but we don't know what our current guild funding is.
Well,
So that's a
I
thing
guess-
that we would need everyone
I guess,
to talk about.
I
with
guess I'll just come along with y'all and, help y'all look.
you. Do as you will.
Okay, so, the three of you head along your way, and eventually find a shop that's basically a general goods store that you assume might have what all of you are looking for. As you begin to approach, some gentleman walks up to you guys and goes. He's looking at a piece of paper and looks at Arim and goes, "Are you Mr. Hellfire?"
I am.
I have a package for you.
Oh goddamn! It's a fucking thing from Gnome, isn't it?
Oh, sorry, my mind went elsewhere.
Come on now, Demois. Not
My
that
head
kind of
didn't go there.
package.
I thought it was gonna be from like the dwarf guy he worked with at the beginning of the game, where it's like, wow, okay.
No, it's a fucking Gnome thing.
I remember what the gnome thing is.
In trade of me getting tools to work on Jared, I fucking have to test out something.
Ah.
Many things.
Things.
Yeah.
This should be interesting.
So,
I accept the package.
alright, he takes out a piece of paper and says, "Can you just sign this off right here?"
I was
It's
wondering if you were around.
FedEx!
I sign.
Thank you. Well, have a good day. And he heads on off. So you're aware, there is no FedEx in this world. This is probably
No, of course not.
This is probably someone that either works for Gnome or the people Gnome works for, and this is how he proves he did his work, so he gets paid to them from them.
No, I'm aware of that. I just like thinking about it as like D&D FedEx
Okay,
or UPS or USPS or who what you.
sure. So,
Gnomex?
you
Yes.
got your package. Are you going to open it now, or are you just going to go in the store?
I will wait.
Okay. Well, where we'll leave off with the three of you is you acquire the package and you go into the store. Sorry that we didn't do much with you today, Jared, but where we'll leave off with you is you're finishing the second book and starting the third book in terms of having it transfer
Copy.
over.
Xeroxing takes a while, so I understand that.
Yeah. And where we'll leave off with Tate is that he's out hunting bunny rabbits.
Okay, Lenny.
Delicious, delicious food.
And I guess that's where we'll end for the night.
All right.
Alrighty.